Hey everybody, welcome to our third PLC session on tech integration. Today we are talking about what tech integration is and how that can apply to your classroom. So to get started, we're going to talk about the SAMR model. So the SAMR model is a way to kind of see where you are in a lesson with utilizing technology and implementing technology. So think of the SAMR model as our DOK charts, or a little bit like Bloom's taxonomy, where there are different levels. You're going to use all different levels of this for certain lessons. You're not going to use every level in every lesson. There are some lessons where you may only get to the enhancement parts with the S and the A. There are other lessons where you'll get more in depth and have a more transformative lesson where you are modifying and redefining. So SAMR, again, stands for substitution, augmentation, modification, and redefinition. So a substitution would replace traditional activities with digital versions. So when we went online, and everyone was scanning lessons, so scanning worksheets, so students can still have work to do. That was a substitution. What we're doing right now with these recordings, it's just a substitution. We're not doing anything different. This is just another way to provide this PLC session just in an online format. The second level is augmentation. So this incorporates digital features, so things that you necessarily or couldn't necessarily do without technology, but it's not fully engaging in all ways of technology. So students can create digital portfolios, which can also be done on paper in like a notebook or something, but there are some additional features. Gamification of quizzes is another way that you can augment a lesson. So things like Kahoot, quizzes, there's a lot of others out there. These are all augmentation levels of tech integration. As we get to the higher levels, modification and redefinition, understand that you're not going to use these every day. It is okay to just be using substitution and augmentation in your lessons on a daily basis. You're only going to hit this redefinition level maybe once a unit, and that's okay. We're not saying that you're doing a bad job if you're not hitting that level. We're just wanting to kind of inform you of what those are and kind of stretching to get to those different levels. So the modification level of this tech integration includes learning management systems like Google Classroom. It could also offer different response options, so students can not only be writing their answers or making like a Google Slides, they can also be videoing their responses and posting that to something like Flipgrid, what's now Microsoft Flip. This is also it could be a blended learning or a flipped classroom. So maybe students are receiving videos to watch, and that's kind of the direct instruction side piece, and you're doing activities or different assignments as a whole class. So that flipped classroom model. This would be a modification stage. And then finally, redefinition enables activities previously impossible in the classroom. So this would be your virtual field trips, your virtual pen pals, blogging, and in general, just expanding the audience of your students. We wanted to show you a couple examples of what you could do with some of these different redefinition pieces. So one thing with the virtual field trips could be going to like a zoo or an aquarium, but it also could be preparing like career readiness and giving. So think about some different ways that you are currently implementing tech in your classroom. What level are you hitting most often? And what are some ideas for how you can maybe bump that up to a higher level of SAMR? Okay, so I want to give you some resources right now. So we've got an interactive a full list of interactive websites that you can try on the viewboard. So there are 5 websites that I want to show you really quickly, and I've got those pulled up. So the Google Arts and Culture website is really cool. It's a way to kind of explore different museums, places, different pieces of artwork. There are also some games on here as well. Again, just a way for you to kind of check out in different places that our students may not ever get to. So you can go to Easter Islands, you can go to Buckingham Palace, you can take tours of different museums like the Louvre, and see all the different artwork there. So there, again, are a ton of options there that are pretty interesting. The next one I wanted to show you was Radio. And this would be a great way to kind of, if you're doing a lesson and you want to transport your students to a different country or a different time period, this would be a really cool tool for that. So what Radio does is it allows you to pick a country. So let's pick, say, Germany, and pick music from the 1990s. Okay, so this would show us different artists that were that people were listening to during that time. So again, if you have a location specific lesson or maybe a time period specific lesson, like a certain decade, you can pick that, and that would be a good kind of transformative experience for people. My favorite one on here is PhET. And PhET it offers interactive simulations. So we've got some physics, chemistry, math, science, and biology lessons on here. So again, play with this. There are different levels. So you have elementary options all the way up to like college level lessons as well. So if we just click on one of these, you can see all of the different things that they've got. Again, just anything basic from like ratio and proportions and number line operations all the way up to graphing quadratics and different levels of higher level math as well. So a lot of physics on here as well that you can take a look at. So this is PhET, again, a really cool site to make a great like station or 10 or 15 minute kind of experience for that. Again, virtual field trips. You can take your kids to an aquarium, a national park, some really cool like career readiness tours as well. So the Amazon Robotics Fulfillment Center, like the zoo, and there's a recycling plant on here, recycling center that might be fun for kids to look at. Again, tons of different options. And if you ever are just stuck and not sure where to start with this, just Google virtual field trips, and there will be a ton of different options. The last one that we want to show you actually is Storyline Online. And Storyline Online offers storybooks that are read by famous actors and actresses. So we've got The King of Kindergarten, read by Terry Crews. But there are a ton of options that you can look at and play with. There are lessons and teacher guides that come with the books. So this is a great way to offer a story or read aloud time that has famous actors and actresses reading that book. So finally, we have this list of interactive websites. If you want us to check anything out for you that you're curious about but don't necessarily have time to play with, let us know if you need something specific or are looking for something, and we can check some more stuff out for you. If there's ever any way that we can help set something up with a virtual field trip or anything like that, again, reach out to us. We are here to help you with that. All right. Thank you, guys. Hopefully we answered some questions on what tech integration is and what more that we can offer you in your classroom. Again, reach out to us by email or call our extension anytime, and we would love to help you guys. Thanks.